العزيز العليم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم. بركة مولانا الشيخ فاتح. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh. Everyone here, everyone in the internet. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ما شاء الله لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. سلام من قلم ربي رحيم. تاركاتنا الصحبة وخير في جميع ودار الشهرات أفد أست. Acquiring Farsi vocabulary. That the blessing is in the coming together for the sake of Allah and His Prophet ﷺ and the sake of awliya. And when we come together for their sake, blessing comes on the group. And Shaykh Naqshband said, Dar Shawhrat Afad Ast, in fame there is calamity. What you do to be famous with people brings you a problem that destroys all your good deeds, because it wasn't sincere for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we're asking our Lord to grant us ikhlas, sincerity, and we're intending to make Him happy with us, pleased with us, and we're pleased with Him, and trying to put our hearts, gather our hearts in Maulana Shaykh's presence and learn the best ways to move on our way. We've been talking a lot about meditation recently, about to open the chest, the taifa, the spiritual receptors that Allah hid in the human chest, to be able to open the eyes and ears of our hearts to see heavenly worlds. And I remembered something all of a sudden that Maulana Shaykh used to say to us at the beginning, when Siyad showed that picture from the old book in Glenview, published. He said right from the beginning, he didn't want for his murids to see heavenly views, heavenly things. He came back to me and saying why he didn't teach us this meditation or that meditation. And Maulana Shaykh, if we want to be truthful, he was teaching all of his murids, all of us, how to be good servants, how to improve our servanthood to Allah, to make it sincere, because the final goal of servanthood is divine presence. He said, I don't like my murids and muridas to stop short of the goal. Say some tarikats, they open for the followers miraculous visions and miraculous signs, and the people get stuck there. We were driving today to the zikr, and it's 4th of July, and all around us fireworks are going. And we want to stop the car and look. Oh, there's one right here. Oh, there's one. We're never going to reach to the. There's still all night they'll be doing. He said, if I let my murids and muridas to get caught by those beautiful views, they're going to stop there and be stuck there. Either they be hypnotized or entranced by what they're seeing, either they begin to think they're big. The ego starts to play with you. Now I became very big. I'm talking to the jinns and I'm seeing the angels. I saw a hadith yesterday. I don't know who put it or where I saw it. One of the Sahaba came to Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He said, I have had a dream, Ya Rasul. He said, what's that dream? He said, I saw a throne, a arsh or kursi on the water. I saw a throne on the waters. I was saying, I established my throne over the waters in Holy Quran. I saw a throne on the water. And the Prophet said, you saw the throne of Iblis. What's wanted from especially in Naqshbandi Tariqah, is the highest one. The goal is to the divine presence, to the presence of prophets always. Not to stop on the way. And that requires real servanthood, good servanthood. To give your time and your efforts for ibadat and to learn about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Shaykh Hashem came to all of us and began to fill in all the missing parts from Sharia, and that people didn't know it. He said, without a firm base, you can't go up. You can't just come from the sky and sit and hold your breath and you're going to meditate. No, you have to have a base for a setting. What's wanted is servanthood, continuous servanthood. Not, he used to say, Thumma amanu, thumma kafaru, thumma amanu, thumma kafaru. Not one step forward, one step back, one step unbelief, one step back. Thumma amanu, thumma amanu, thumma amanu. To be continuous. What's wanted from the murids and muridas is continuousness of their divine service, and continuous to know about him, to know about his names and attributes. There is hadith, don't think about Allah, you can't think about Allah. There's not what you're going to think about. He's not like anything. Laysa kamithlihi shay'. If I tell you to think about something and there's nothing, no image to think about, you need something to think about. Think about his names and his attributes and his actions, his acts. Shaykh Muhyiddin said, Qaimu bidhatik, standing by himself, existing by himself through himself, in perfection, not in need for anything. Ahad Samad. Ahad, don't call Ahad, don't say Ahad, you won't be recognized. There's no two. You can't be you and Ahad. Samad doesn't need anything. He's not in need for our prayers. He's not in need for anything. So what kind of ibadat we're going to do if he's not in need for anything? He's not waiting for our prayings and glorifying, and the glorifying of whole angels and jinns and whatever beings is created doesn't give him any more honor or do anything. It's full honor. 1,000,000% perfect. We can't imagine it even. It could be imagined by our minds. something else. So many ulama and awliya, they said it means the ibadah وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I only created jinns and human beings for my ibadat, and that ibadat إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ, it doesn't mean only for worshipping, it means to know about him. And a famous hadith, مَنْ عَرَفُ نَفْسَهُ مَنْ عَرَفُ رَبَّهُ. Who knows himself knows his Lord or her Lord. So know ourselves. We're asking first to know about ourselves. What we've been created. What's our beginning? What's our reality? Who are we? What are we? Who am I? To know yourself, you can know who's your Lord. He said everyone has a Rabb, a Lord. Yeah, our Rabbul Allah, our Lord is Allah. No, Allah Ismul Jamia, the name that gathers all the names. Rabb is specific. Specific. Each one has a Rabb. A name or attribute you're created under that name. We have to know what's that, how we can reach to that, how we can know. I asked Shaykh Nasim once, he said, say, Ya Haqq, Ya Allah. Ya Haqq, Ya Allah. Show me, oh my Lord, show me me. Ya Haqq, Ya Allah. Say 100 times, everyone can say, Ya Haqq, Ya Allah. Ya Haqq, Ya Allah. Oh, the real. Show me what is my reality. Everyone can say, leads us toward different realities, everyone a different destination. In the Divine Presence. Oh my Lord, guide me to you. اهدنا إلى حق وإلى طريق مستقيم حتى أستريح من الله. Put in his dua for Ayatul Kursi. Guide us on the right way so that we don't be blamed. So we shouldn't be in loss, now blameworthy. That we didn't go on a wrong way. People use spirituality or try to get power, to see the future, to listen what people are thinking, to change the future, to get this, to get that, to require power. He didn't want that for his murids. He said, you come to me with your, you know how now they say first Americans, before it was Native Americans, we used to say Indians. They had the headdress with the feathers on it. He said, you come with your plumage, I pluck those feathers. Who comes to Maulana Shaykh? You come, mashallah, very nice, bing, very good, boom. He would pluck our feathers and make us to come to our real selves. He said to him, mashallah, my murid came to me today in the dress of a sheikh. So many is dressed as a sheikh now. Oh, people, listen to me. Giving you from my wisdom that I studied. We're asking to do our good servanthood. Yes, we have to do what Shah Naqshband and Abu Khalid al-Wujdwani put for us. They put some high points for the murid to keep in mind. Watching your breath and watching, it means to be more and more careful of what we're doing. to try to cut heedlessness out from 24 hours. If it's full 24 hours, try to cut 10 seconds out or 5 seconds. So it's 23 hours and 59 minutes and 57 seconds heedless. And 3 seconds we became alert. Okay. It's better than no times. All those Naqshbandi points of meditation is for alertness, for being aware of what you're doing. I'm journeying from dunya to Mawla, to my Lord's divine presence. I'm in the presence of my Shaykh. I don't see him, but he sees me. The presence of prophets, the presence of angels. 2 angels is witness. And the Shaykh told the story of a person who was traveling in the old days on horseback, and he came to a watering place. There's grass, like an Ertugrul, they're riding, they tie their horse up. And there's water, making wudu and drinking, resting. He says to his horse, "Oh, my horse," I don't know what the horse's name was, "go and eat grass. Relax." And he lies down to rest under the tree. As he's about between waking and sleeping, he hears 2 people arguing with each other. I'm going to write it as a sin. You can't write it as a sin. He didn't mean anything bad by it. He's good. He said, no, it's no good. It's useless. He said, he's good. He told his horse to graze, gave him a break. The other was saying, does a horse need to be told to eat grass? He's going to eat grass anyway. It's Malayani. It's none of his business. And they're arguing. He wakes up, he realizes it's the 2 angels that watch over us, discussing whether to write what he did as a sin or not. Naqshbandi Tariqat, one of the aims, if you can read in Naqshbandi the 12 points, all of them have to do with being careful what you're doing. Watch your steps. Be aware of your breath. Return to the homeland. It's like that. Awareness of number. All this to be aware of what you're doing. Judge yourself before you're judged. We said it before, Shaykh Nazim said that when he was young with Grand Shaykh, and Grand Shaykh would send him on an errand for instance, to buy meat at the butcher. Go buy me 1 leg of lamb or some bone. He would go to the butcher place, and he had to watch his shoes only. He couldn't look at the clothing store or the place where they sell radios or the candy place, because every shop was different in those days. It wasn't all of them. You couldn't go. London used to be like that. Every shop was just that. You want a broom, you go to the broom store. You want the dustpan for the dustpan store. Everyone was different. Now everything in one. You couldn't gaze at the other things on the way. You go to the butcher and you're not looking at all the different things. The butcher had just the one that Grand Shaykh told him to get. You get that and come back watching your steps. Tight training. He didn't be that tight with us because we can't carry it. He said, I can give you an exercise, you can't do it for even 5 minutes. You won't be able to carry it. Throw it. But to be aware what we're doing. To be aware that we're journeying from dunya to Mawla, from this dunya to our Lord. And our target is the Lord, divine presence. The target is not dunya. That's perhaps the most important thing. Everything going on in the news, everything going on around us, is only about dunya. Every different issues of dunya. How many cases of this we get? How many this we have? How many masks we have to wear? How many? All of it, we're going to leave it. Every politician asking to have power, he's going to have to leave it, or she's going to have to leave it. Every big, important, powerful person, what happened to them? He died. She died. They went. He said, read history. The minimum benefit to read history, you see all of them that took something to become big figures, all of them, they left it and passed away. You know the story of Alexander the Great. He conquered the whole world, and then when he's going to die, he said, bury me with my hands outside the coffin, empty, and put a sign for people to read if they come to make ziyarah. Say, here lies Alexander. He took the whole world in his hand, and look what he took with him. Nothing. Nothing. It's our nature. We're going to look after our dunya. We're like the horse eating the grass. We don't need to be told, look after your dunya. Everyone very good going to look after their dunya. But we have to train ourselves to remind to look after akhirah. That's why prophets came, and 124,000 prophets before. Peace be upon all of them was Sayyidina Muhammad. That's why awliya came. And Mawlana Shaykh, that was his mission. To take people from dunya to mawla. Not to take people from dunya to a side track, make them to be stuck. His honor was that. Pure. Even he said that one day, I'm stopping everything, be Rabbaniyun only. Don't look at me. The ayat in Quran said, no prophet and no wali and no person given a book and no person given wisdom could ever call people to himself, was calling people to be Rabbaniyun, for Allah. Calling people to Allah. That was his mission, and I have to stop and think on it sometimes. Not to go on the wrong way. He gave us the perfect target, and he left us in the perfect way. We intend to follow him. He said, I am intending to follow my grand Shaykh to my Lord's presence. And we're intending to follow him to our Lord's presence, and we want to shake Hashem to the Lord's presence. He knows how he's guiding his murids and muridas. He said, the Shaykh can come through your thoughts. Everyone follows their thoughts, like the horse is eating the grass. Everyone follows their thoughts without being told. The Shaykh can intervene there with something, begin to move on that point. When you're going to reach it, he break it and give a higher target. May he raise our targets always and make us to follow in his footsteps. The target is to Allah, nothing else. إنما أعمال بالنيات وإنما مراد في الوجود شهود لا إنكار ولا جهود. Said Shaykh Muhyiddin. What's more? إنما مراد هو الله في الوجود شهود وهو مقصود لا إنكار ولا جهود. We're asking our Lord, and his pleasure is our target. There's no argument about it. Fatiha. If he addresses his servant with any special capability, he knows. Some awliya, like Mawlana Shaykh, they said Kut Mutasarraf. They have power of free disposal. Some, they were ordered to use that. They had no choice in it. They had free disposal, but they had to use it. Some, they say, oh my Lord, you gave me, but I'm giving it back to you. Different levels. Different awliya had different situations. Who he gave power and to use it for the benefit of the ummah. not for themselves, to take for themselves this and that. Amama, straight ahead. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله